So, Soodabeh, it is great to be talking with you today because I've known you for a while. You have an incredible story, and I'm just so excited to have you share that with your community. And I'm curious, how was it growing up in Iran?
Thank you, Kathleen, for giving me this opportunity. Yes, growing in Iran was, for some people that they don't know how it was exactly like growing here. It was a westernized country. We never had to cover our face or do anything that people see these days in the media. I grew up in a family that middle class, and they were very spiritual, very kind, very compassionate, and very generous. I was blessed with both my parents, and they helped a lot of people. And also, we were in a grew up knowing and believing that we have to, and we did, respect everyone, no matter of the color of their skin, no matter what kind of religious that they believed. We respected everyone. So that was how life was. We were free to do whatever we want, go to school and become nurses, lawyers, senators. And it was just a lot of freedom that we had growing up in Iran.
So, when did that all change? Because what we see today is very different than what you just described. So, when did all that change?
100%. Yes, it all unfortunately changed in 1979 with the new government that they came with the radical Islamic group that they believe that everybody has to follow them and follow their ideology. And there was nothing in between. It was black and white. Either, everybody is going to follow them, or they are going to be in jail, or they are going to be prosecuted, or they are going to be just killed. That was everything that they brought. Very, very strict, radical Islamic groups that became changed and took the freedom from everyone.
Well, I know that in your books you do talk about what happened when the regime changed and basically all your freedoms were taken away. You ended up in the hospital. You were in a coma, and they didn't expect you to live, but you managed somehow, by the grace of God and by the angels. You came through it, and now you have a #1 Amazon bestseller, Emerging You, and you have another book, Angel Nightingale, which is a memoir of your immigration experience and your story. So, coming from that life and that experience of being in the hospital, being in a coma, almost dying, to what you're doing today, where you inspire people, you help people to tap into their guides and their angels. Where did you find the courage to do this?
Growing up, Kathleen, I didn't believe that I was good enough or smart enough. My mom was a teacher, and she was very strict, and she just kept saying that, why can't you be better? And that was my perception. She wanted me to always get A, and the A plus was the norm. A or B was not the norm. So I perceived that I wasn't good enough. I wasn't smart enough. So I grew up with that mentality for the first 30 years of my life, because I was 30 years old when I left Iran and moved to America. And then when I was here, and I literally had lost everything. My brother passed away in a car accident 2 months before I came here. I had a grieving heart. My heart was broken for leaving all of my family back home in Iran, and came here because I wanted to join my husband of 10 years. We had 2 children, and I came here and realized, because he came to America 3 years before I came to join him, and he already had a life. So I was in a place of, how am I going to live? Because I am not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I don't have any family. I don't have money. I cannot even speak the language. I never even thought about what I was doing was a courageous thing to do. I just needed to know that I have to wake up. I have to take a deep breath. I have to take care of my children. And taking a step, one step at a time, that eventually gave me the courage to start believing in myself that, oh, maybe I am smart, because after all, I am learning the language, I am communicating with people, I am going to school, and I am doing so much great about the all of the studyings, all of the learning process, not just simply learning the language, but I had to go back to school. I was a nurse in Iran. I had to go back to school and get my license as a registered nurse here in America. So I learned the language as I was going to school to get my certification and license as a nurse. And every time that I went from one step to the next step, even though that I was scared, I was really scared. But I thought this is the only choice I have, because I didn't have the choice to go back to Iran. I already paid a fair share. And I knew that I had to move forward. The progress that we see, it gives us the courage to take one more step. Like, oh, I did this, maybe something more. And when we are so hungry and so thirsty for knowledge, or we are in a place that we have no other option but just to move forward, is do and die. And I tried this, but I didn't succeed. So I had to do something. So I hope I answered your question that way.
You did. And in your book, Emerging You, you tell the story of when you were going to nursing school, because you came to the United States, you ended up in Portland, Oregon, and you came here not speaking the language. You came expecting to have your marriage intact, and that didn't work. You had two small children, you had no job, and yet you knew that you needed to do something. So you went to nursing school, and you had a teacher who didn't care for you or any other minorities and immigrants. Tell us about that, and how there was somebody who was really one of your angels who helped you really to start your spiritual path in a whole new way. So share with us what happened there.
Yes, thank you for asking that question. Yes, when I was going to nursing school, I was still trying to learn English. And this particular clinical advisor, and that was my clinical instructor at nursing school, didn't like me, and didn't like a woman of a certain age, didn't like the people of color. And she just had a different mindset. So it was difficult for me to, learning the language and taking the test, and the idea of how can I succeed with her nagging in my ears every day was really problematic. So I talked to one of the advisor that I was in, and she said that, well, let's just go see the school advisor that can help you, because that's how she knows how to help you to overcome this self-doubt and anxiety and the situation that you are going to. And she was really amazing, because that was my first experience about guided visualization, which she used guided visualization and hypnosis. And that's why I became really attracted to it. And she took me to this guided meditation that I would become really, really relaxed. And then I would visualize the outcome, the result that I wanted. And the result was, after we took a test, there was like a glass window at the office, and the name of the people that passed, it was posted on a white piece of paper on the window. And that is what she was guiding me to, kept visualizing how I can go and take the test, and I'm relaxed and I know all the answer. And at the end, I can see my name on that piece of paper, exactly what I did. And that's the result that I really got from working with her.
Interesting. And that really started you on a trajectory of exploring other modalities to do self-discovery and healing and spirituality. And, it really is amazing when you think about what your story is about at the age of 30, that you were left for dead. You made it through that. You journeyed to the United States, not knowing the language. You've written 2 books that are phenomenal books. I've read both of them. And you probably experienced a lot of self-doubt along the way. Now you work with people, helping them with their own self-doubt. What can you say to people who are hitting a wall, especially in light of everything going on in the world right now? What can you say to people that really are doubting what they're doing and they're letting the obstacles in life hold them back?
I believe that the reason I'm here and breathing, my life purpose and my life path is just to do that, to be that inspiration, that motivation, to help people to transform their lives. So in my coaching program, when I work with people, there are several things that affects our self-doubt. Well, the self-doubt first, it comes from the first 6-7 years of our life that, we would perceived or we were told that you are not good enough, you cannot make decision, you cannot trust yourself. So working with my clients, I always take them to a journey of several weeks, and the first week would be just to have hypnosis with positive suggestions to let go of the past, of all the things that they learned or perceived that they are stored in our subconscious mind. So that's how they need to do. And then when we let go of the clutters, then we are able to bring this magnificent guidance from the source, from the angels, from our intuition, the wisdom that we have, because we are a powerful being. And as I am helping them to one step, progress to the next step, to connect with that inner child, the child that we leave behind because we just kept saying that, why can't you grow up? Why can't you do something? Why can't you be better? And connecting and balancing and taking care of these these energy centers of our body. Everything that we are not just a physical body with a mindset. We are also a spiritual being. We have these energy centers that the soul has, and we need to balance and take care of them until we come to the place that say, thank you, mind, I can hear you, but no thank you, because that was the past. Right. It is now. The self-doubt, I still have it. I still get in the situation. Then I thought, what was that? Was that the part of me said, I am not deserving, I'm not worthy? Because that was a thing of past. So how can I move forward? Taking one little, a small action, 30 minutes of reading a book, 30 minutes of researching on the internet. We're blessed with the technology that we can do that. 30 years ago when I came here, I didn't know anything about that, where to go and what to do or research, but I didn't have that. But once I made that decision, universe, God, angels, whatever people believe, the doors were open for me. People, literally strangers, came to my rescue. I call them my angels in physical form, in human form. Mm-hmm. So that is how I help people to one step. That's okay. You want to go there, but let's just start from here. Let's just take care of one thing that is preventing you, that is blocking you to go to the next step. And that's how I help and work with my clients.
Well, and one step that people might want to take is to reach out to you. So how do people find you?
I am on majority of social medias. I am on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I have a YouTube channel, and I have my website, soodabehmokri.com. Is SOODABEHMOKRY. soodabehmokri.com, SOODABEHMOKRY.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, on your website, is there a way for people to get a meditation, or is there something that you make available to them so that they can actually start their process of healing?
Yes, 100%. We live in a world that is filled with a lot of chaos, especially recently. And managing the stress and opening up to hear the guidance of our soul, our intuition, would be one of the most important things. take care of their stress. And I have, when people visit my site, there is a pop-up that talks about downloading free guided meditation for relaxation and healing. So I would definitely encourage people to sign up for that, because a majority of people that have done that tell me that, and it's just so addicting that they just love to every day listen to that guided meditation, because it helped them to relax and also be able to empower to take more actions in their life.
Well, and if somebody can teach people how to empower themselves, it would be you. Coming from where you came to the United States 30 years ago, where, just life wasn't working, and you trusted your guides, you trusted your angels, and now you're an author, you're a speaker, you're appearing on podcast shows. And if anybody is interested in having you on their podcast show, what would you recommend that they do?
Just reach out to me, and I am always available. And I love to inspire people. I love to help people to discover that we have a dream. There is a reason we have dreams, because we know that dreams are possible to achieve. But our mindsets sometimes block us from that. So I would love to help people, to encourage them and empower them to let's just let go of the limiting thoughts that it doesn't serve you anymore. And that's why I love to be on podcasts. So, I have that message for everyone to hear and know. Wonderful. That believe in yourself.
I love that. Well, Soodabeh, this has been delightful. And I encourage people, reach out to Soodabeh, invite her on your show, and you will be amazed at what is revealed in the time you have together. Have a great day.
Thank you, Kathleen.